Just a little one.
In audio. In audio. In audio.
What is up, everybody?
I'll tell you what's up, a
Season-
copyright strike that we just got right now for that music.
Look, don't get me started on that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that whole thing is just utter nonsense. I'm glad Jack. Guys, we're
Do
talking.
better,
First of all,
Facebook. Do better.
For
Yeah.
real. Look,
welcome
they've
to
already
season
striked
3,
us.
guys.
They striked us on both songs. Then I send them
Yes.
the paperwork. Just so you guys know, our intro, I have the licensing paperwork to actually use it. And Meta keeps giving us, trying to monetize it. And I'm like, no, I've already sent it in. And then they go ahead and okay, we accept your appeal. And they shut it down. And then again, another video. I'm like, bros,
The next
it's
show.
the same songs. Y'all can't get it together. Like y'all keep, it's a whole ass mess.
They can't.
Yeah, it is an absolute mess. But what's not a mess is us being back together again for season 3.
Yeah.
Seems like such a long time ago that we spent some time together as a family, right? We've had
Yeah.
representation in some way, shape, or form, but we haven't had the whole
Mhm.
family back together. So it's kind of
Mhm.
nice. Oh my God. And here we
Yeah.
are.
Already.
Already.
It's been several times.
Already.
Three.
I was like, good luck already. Good luck already.
I think this might be a new record, right? The
The quickest
Alamo
basement
Basement
reference,
Joke coming
maybe.
in less than
Yeah,
2
that was
minutes.
quick.
So
Uh,
look,
yeah.
Jesse's stoked. Season 3, Bulls on Tour. It is going to be freaking awesome. So, guys, how have you all been? How have things been going in the off season? And I think it goes without asking, but I'm going to ask anyways. Who's ready for our for this next season?
Well, everything's been going good. I guess I can say like FOMO of the Brahmas, of course. Like it's bad, man. So NFL still going on, of course. You got the Super Bowl coming up, but man, after the Super Bowl, it's crunch time, man. It's crunch time. But
Yep.
nothing, man. Just regular stuff, working, coaching, launching a brand. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
But other than that, man, it's just regular stuff. I can pass the baton.
Life is life in. I know I already beat you.
Beat in his eggplant garden.
Life
Be
is
quiet.
life in. Life is
I
life
was to say,
in.
before we get too far in, I think we gotta kick season off 3 the right way.
I already started, but I
You
haven't.
already popped it? Well,
I haven't
Here we go.
started.
there you go.
Mine's on alcohol.
Salud.
Salute.
Salute.
3, 2,
Salute.
1.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, DJ got the sound effects.
There you go.
Yep.
Yes. So life has been lifing on my end. I mean, we've only technically been off for a month, not even.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't really. It's just been a month to give us a break out right after the New Year. So I've enjoyed my month. I've had a friend here for the past month that I don't ever get to see. Shout out to Kaya. So I've had one of my best friends from Seattle here, just chilling with us, and it's been a good month. So I'm glad that we're picking back up. I am very much looking forward to this next season. It's a short season for us, but
Yeah.
it's still going to be a good one.
Well,
Short home season, but it'll be just
Short
as
home
long-
season.
short home season.
It'll be just as long as it was last year with a better
Yeah.
ending.
Sure, yeah.
Period.
Yes.
Absolutely. I
Yep.
second
Yeah.
that.
And that's the one thing that I'm a little bit sad about is just I know a lot of the community building happened around tailgating, and I don't know how feasible that's going to be having 2 Sunday games and 2 Friday
Wait,
games.
are you saying we're not going to be there at 6:00 in the morning at our last game?
Well, I think that's one game.
Yeah, we got 2 Friday night games.
Yeah, 2
Y'all
Friday
ain't going to
nights.
be there at 4:00 to
I mean,
tailgate?
I'll be ready to
I
go.
mean,
I'll be ready to
can.
go.
we got
Dude.
jobs.
Here's the thing. I can, but is anyone else going to be there is the question. Like.
It also
then,
depends on where
Hello?
tailgating is happening.
yeah, and then also the first one being the Fiesta game, we already know we can't tailgate at the Alamo Dome. Like we already got that, hurdle in front of us. So tailgating is obviously going to be restricted this upcoming season. So I'm a little bummed about that. But just having the games back in town and having the vibe and the atmosphere and the excitement around it, hopefully it can build on the success from last year and keep
Mhm.
going. Because last year was a whole lot of fun. Especially I'll never forget at the very last home game when I had invited a lot of extra people to come out and we were doing those Taco Tuesday $10 ticket deals on for that final push to get as many people in the dome. That was a lot of people's first game, and I got asked a lot, "Hey, when's the next game?" And I was like, next season." So it's time. It's
Oh,
time.
man, they ragging on
Um,
you already. You haven't even said very much.
I ain't even get my feet wet yet. They already killing me.
But no, I mean it is something that is gonna be exciting to just have the vibe back, because I'll be honest, it, other than watching Romo when he was with the Vikings, the highlights and Rex with the Browns and stuff like that, I didn't really care about NFL this year, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, football in general. I guess I was still burnt out from putting everything I had into spring football, that I was just like, I need an entire season to just like catch my breath.
I did not watch one full game on NFL at all. Not one full.
Yeah.
I watched about every damn game I could. So, but
Yeah,
Well,
me too.
Guys, we are at a prime time in history. No other time, except maybe part of last year, can we say that we ever had, oh, there's our friends, what's up, Michigan Panther Pride,
yes.
right? First, real quick, shout out to those guys. They are starting out a new podcast. They're about, what, 10, 11 episodes
10
deep?
episodes in, yeah.
Yeah, they are supporting the Michigan Panthers. So if you know anybody in Michigan that's looking for a team to support in Michigan, first of all, tell them to go support the Panthers. Second of all, tell them to tune into that podcast. They're fresh, they're young, they're new. They've got a great perspective on Michigan football. So you want to give those guys a follow. Make sure that you're watching their episodes. They usually pre-record and then play a couple of days later. And it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. You want to check them
I
out.
plan to have them
yeah.
on in a future season.
I do have
Yes.
just one question for the Panther Pride people. If you guys could do me a solid and have someone from your fan base create the Michigan Panthers in NCAA 25, I'd greatly appreciate it, because they're the only UFL team that I cannot find and download.
I'll send it to you. I got them on my game. I got them on my game.
Yeah, I've got them on mine.
I can't find them. I've looked for months. I cannot find them.
Well, we know what happens with
In your
men. I mean, it could be right in front of you, but if you're playing like Call of
Oh,
Duty,
jeez. Here we
you can
go.
see that
Here we
sniper
go.
from way over there.
Here we go. but honestly,
Tell me
I
I'm
can see
lying.
why people that watch NFL, like, this is to Jorge's point, like, I can see why people that watch the NFL faithfully, they feel like they need a break after the NFL season. They're like, oh, I don't, because I ran into a lot of people that be like, it's too much football, spring football, it's a lot. But actually, when they get
you got a
into
month
it,
and a half to take a break. That's plenty of time.
that's true. But I think when they get into it, they just be like, oh yeah, it's actually not bad. Like, it's watchable. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. There's such a stigma with spring football forever, and it's it's minor league. It's crappy games. They're not
Right.
willing to put in just the effort just to kind of sit down and watch a game. most of the people that do that, you know, they're hooked. I mean, how many times have we said that? Have we, you know, like you said, Jorge, you invited friends to the game and they're like, dude, I'm ready to go to another one. You know what?
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, this is really the only league to this day where I can honestly say that you have to stay to the end of the game
Yeah.
because it can change like that. That
Mhm.
4th and 12 rule
Mhm.
really is a game changer for fans and just the overall game experience. Because that we've seen both the good and the bad on our end of what that rule does. But it
Right.
forces you to stay to the end of the game because you could be down with 0 points in the 4th quarter and then win a game. We saw it happen last year.
Yeah.
And like I think the USFL found out the hard way last year, but we were like, actually, I wouldn't leave yet, you know. But you know, it's and you know, like the Panther Pride saying, it's still a very affordable way to watch professional football. I mean,
Up close.
because I mean, whether you want to call it minor league or spring league or whatever it is, fact of the matter is these players are most of them have NFL experience or are NFL hopefuls, and they are getting paid to play the game. And to me, that's professional. So, and they're
Right.
playing a full length field. So, yeah, I mean, I to DJ's point, like he was saying, I can understand if you're diehard NFL and you travel to games or you go to all the home games. If you're in a market that you're able to do so, yeah, I can understand. You probably need a break. You put a lot of investment into it, and it's probably a little bit overload because
Plus,
we
the
felt the
season's
same
long.
thing. The season is also very long. You know, I'm also very, very jealous of those people who are able to do that because I wish I had that kind of money.
Man.
I'm going to
Look-
take the counterpoint
Oh,
on
go
this
ahead.
one real quick, guys.
Do
Being one of the only 2 Packers fans on here and a shareholder just like my counterpart on the other side of the screen there, I think that we're living in unprecedented times, folks. When else in the history of the United States have you been able to say you can now watch year-round football? Okay? I can't get enough of it. Right? We went through a whole season last year, BD and I covering pretty much everything, right? Even, you know, those Michigan Kitty Cats, we talked about them a little bit, but we get to do it again. We haven't really had a break, and I've loved every second of it, whether it's NFL, whether it's UFL, whether it's arena football, you know, this potential AIF that may or may not happen with all the lovely drama that's happening there. We have so much to talk about. We almost don't even have enough time to cover everything that's going on. And I'm here for it, man. I'm loving every bit of it.
And
This is like my childhood dream come true.
Look,
And
y'all gonna
so-
entertain my friend here.
so, like my biggest hope
I got
for the
you, Kyle.
season personally is that people finally get over the damn San Antonio Commanders. Because we are almost at the point to where we will have played almost as many seasons as they have played games in general.
Period.
Like they're done. They existed for 5 games and they're done. They've been done. They ain't coming back.
And you're
Yeah.
done. You're done.
And that's it. Like I don't want to hear like but the Commanders this year. We're on season 3. If you don't think this is going to be around for the long term or at least for 5 seasons, I mean, when you can say you've played as many games or as many seasons as they did games, come on, y'all. Let's come on.
Okay.
My biggest
my
hope would
hope.
be that,
Oh, go.
go
You
ahead,
go.
go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
go ahead,
you
go ahead.
go.
Ladies
Stop
first.
it, go.
Go ahead, let me go.
Okay. So what what I hope for this season is getting my payback. I want payback. Period.
Truth.
End of story.
Truth.
Stop right there. That's all I say. We're getting our payback.
I get that. My biggest hope would be, I think kind of going in hand with what Jorge's saying is like not just leave the Commanders out of it, like burn the bridges, like let that go, burn the boats, what they say. But I think my thing would be I want to see a better turnout from fans in San Antonio in the San Antonio Dome, the Alamo Dome, because I mean it's been like you said 3 seasons. We're about to be 3 seasons for San Antonio, and you just need. I think we need the city to rally behind us, man. Like we show up every game. Y'all been going to away games, so I mean, like the support from us and like the core Brahmas fans is there, but I just need the city to like jump on board. And I was watching the episode with the Panthers guys, and they were saying like they don't really have any community outreach going on for nothing. So and we do our stuff like we do our own legwork without the Brahmas help. So I think we already got a leg up on that. So I just think we need to continue let the fan like get these guys come on and if they could fill up. I think they had like 60. Now, granted, not all of these guys was from San Antonio, but I know a lot of people that went to the game. But teams coming from out of Texas, Colorado and BYU, and they got 60-something thousand fans in the building.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So why they fill up when we can't get
part of that? I think was the Coach Prime effect. I mean,
the Alamo Bowl has that many fans in it every year. It's not just because of Prime. That probably jacked up the ticket prices, but I mean, everybody goes to the Alamo Bowl.
I don't think they had over 60,000 last year.
Yeah, I know. I went several years ago. I went several years ago to the Alamo Bowl when Wisconsin was in it, and it was packed. And the dome holds what, like 68,000? There may have been 65 and change. There may have been 1,500 to 2,000 empty seats total in the Alamo Dome, and I mean it was jam packed. So that draw is there, right? I mean, you had folks like me show up who really has no connection other than being born in Wisconsin to the University of Wisconsin. But I know people traveled from Wisconsin to come down here just for that game. And so the draw is there. Why can't we get that connection here? Right. And I get what Jared here is saying about college football, being around for 100 years. Green Bay's had a team for over 100 years, right? We've celebrated over 100 years of NFL experience there. Why can't we get that same kind of draw here? So my biggest hope this season is not just for the Brahmas, but for the league in general, that they start using some of, podcasts like us, for example, start making a bigger splash in the communities and start making more noise to draw people in. If you've got to lean on people like us who have been volunteering our time since season 1, day 1, then so be it, right? We're not asking for anything. We're trying to get this to stick so we have football for a long time. But let's start rallying around each other, supporting each other and growing in each community. And let's make this let's help make this a viable product, I should say, because in some markets it is pretty viable. But let's continue to make this a viable product so we all have football. So football doesn't die in February and then, we're just stuck in, limbo until August when we start seeing preseason NFL nonsense again, or college or high school or whatever. So that's my biggest hope.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in the same vein. I want not just the Brahmas to get 15, 20,000 the game, but I want the teams that had low turnout, Houston, Memphis,
Michigan,
hell, even Birmingham and Michigan, that only averaged 6,000-7,000 fans a game. I want those fans, those communities to go out there and kind of spread the word of the league and have the attendance that this league should have.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So appreciate that, AFN.
I think also just to kind of mention too is because obviously the biggest issue right now for this season is the 4 games. I would just like to reiterate, this is going to be the cheapest season that we're ever going to experience.
As far as price, not cheapest as quality.
For the price. Yes, because if the plans are to expand next season, this is the cheapest season that you can pay to at least watch 4 games. Some people will pay their hundreds or whatever to go to one NFL game, but you can do the same thing. And I know a lot of our regular season fans have had so many issues just seeing it online. And I don't understand it personally. Like I will take my 4 games and run. If that's gonna be the cheapest this year, I'm still gonna show up. I'm not gonna bitch and cry about it. The schedule is there to try to, everything still is in the early stages. They're still figuring out stuff. We knew about the dome issues since last season. We mentioned it so many times, and it was like all of a sudden it was another huge surprise. Like, what? Like, come on.
No,
and then we also had Evan on, and he explained so much more on little details. Like, you can't just pick a high school stadium. How are you going to fit Fox or ESPN? Like, they have so many little things that you just can't pick any random old stadium and have a game. It's not how it works.
And I mean, that goes to say something about the prison cell in Arlington, where they, they're like, well, we'd rather go to St. Louis than go to Arlington twice. So I'm just saying, shots fired already. I'm not holding back.
So at the end of the day, I say take your 4 games and run with it. It will be the cheapest price you pay, I guess, since the inception of XFL, UFL. What's that? What you got?
I can say this though.
What?
Since we do play in Arlington the first game of the season, turn it up. Show up. Go there, show up.
Do you want to talk about? It kind of leads into stuff.
That's perfect segue right there.
I wanted to just add now, to play devil's advocate for the people who are a little upset about the 4 home games. I can empathize to a certain extent, particularly with like the Friday games, because if you're coming from, let's say, Alamo Ranch or Helotes or Converse, you get out of work at 5:00 and you got to get home, get the kids ready, get the family ready and all that stuff. And then get yourself down to the Alamo Dome during rush hour so you can make that 7:00 kickoff. Like, the tailgating is already out the question because you got to just get to the game, right? And the tailgating was a big part of the experience, so I can understand people being upset about that. But getting to the game on a Friday night during rush hour to get downtown, like, it's not the easiest coming from outside of the, the loop of San Antonio. I can understand the frustration for like the Friday night games or for like the early games on Sunday, and then the Fiesta game. We already know the fiasco that happens with the tailgating that every year, but that's nothing new at this point. We're used to it already. Right. But I can kind of empathize, at least for the Friday games. It's not ideal, but hey, it's better than having an empty Alamo Dome with no team at all.
They could have given those games to another stadium also.
Yeah, and
we could have not had Friday games at all.
The thing with the Friday games is, it's more viewers for the league on a national level. It's prime time football spot. So yeah, it is going to be an inconvenience for some people, but you kind of got to look at big picture. You're getting more eyes on your team, on your league with the Friday night game.
Yeah, it's a short-term pain for long-term gain. Yeah. That's really what it comes down to.
Do I wish that we had 5 home games? Of course I do. But you know what? It is what it is. Like Jackie said, we all knew what was going to happen.
And we got what we got.
Like, here we go. We got 4 more home games than he does, and he lives in Portland, Oregon. Why are people upset for?
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
We got what we got. We got to just take it and then do the best we can with what we got. And then, and you know what? The more people that show up, the better that the team performs, because we know firsthand from last year, having spoken to numerous players, they're like, yeah, when you guys show up, like, that feeds us. That makes us want to do better because you guys actually care. And that doesn't mean we can't get a 5th game in the playoffs and have a home playoff game in the Alamo Dome. That's a very real possibility. So we can earn that 5th game back and make it a playoff game instead of having.
We will.
We will.
Yeah,
We will.
instead of
We
having
will.
to go
We
to
will.
play it in St. Louis like we did last year and have to go 3 weeks in a row, even though no one ever took me to East St. Louis still.
No, you
Well,
had that
let-
opportunity.
We want to Arlington. We
You
want
could have
to
Ubered yourself over there at any time.
Yeah, you could have.
So-
But let's talk
Arlington
about
game.
this first game though.
Yeah, let's talk
Because-
about the Arlington game.
The Arlington game. So we do have a lot already going on and playing in the background. I've been working with the Los Banditos over there, and we're still gonna have our rivalry rally. So I'm gonna share this here. It's already set and ready to go, guys.
Boom.
Post this as well. So I-35 rivalry rally, where the
I
South.
my eyes were playing tricks on me. I thought, like, I was like, why did you put Chinese on there? I was like, oh no, it's an old English. Never mind, my bad.
Wow.
Don't be hating on my homies.
No.
On their
I wasn't. No,
phone.
it's just my eyes just playing tricks on me. Cause I just looked at it and I was like, is that Mandarin? I'm like, oh no, it's old English. My bad.
So the Friday before our first game on Saturday, we are going to be meeting up at Boomer Jack's Grill and Bar. We'll post the flyer also on our website and kind of blast it out, as well as the Los Banditos will do it on their end. But it's all about the hat again. I mean, I know we're going to come back home with it. We're just going to go show it off over there.
I mean,
But-
it's going to be the Banditos in Arlington. This will be their only chance to see the hat in person. So it's
Yeah,
good.
we'll
true.
give them a glance.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let them see it again.
Unless they come
Sorry,
to the Alamo
Marco.
Dome.
So what we
No.
we
Sorry,
are
Marco.
three
Sorry,
three
not
and
sorry.
one. We 3-1 against Arlington, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we split first season. We split, and then last season we swept them.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but we're counting UFL season. So
I'm counting it all. We added up
all together,
all
we're
yeah.
whipping their ass.
Yeah,
But if
we
we're
need all
sticking
that.
with just the hat coming about, yes. So
2-0.
we will be doing our rally the night before Friday.
Mhm.
So just keep that in mind. We are going to post this out. And it's just going to be a good time with our friends and the fans from the Renegades. And obviously us are going to try to be there. I don't know. This is an open invite to all our Brahmas fans that are going
Yeah.
out and traveling up to Arlington for the game. So with that also, I will be doing what I normally do when it comes to tickets. I've already been talking with our amazing James Carr the third, our ticket dude, and
The second.
we. Did I
Get
say
it
the
right.
third?
Yeah.
I thought it was the third. Am I wrong?
Respect the tribal chief.
My bad. I'm sorry, James.
Why are you talking about that? Do you have an
You'll be
image of the hat so that you can pull it up and then so they can see what it. Marco need to see what it looks like. I think he forgot.
Oh, he
I
knows.
think he's forgotten what it looks like. Actually,
I think it's been a little minute. He probably forgot. While you talking about
Yeah.
it, Oh, and who else ain't seen the hat? We could just show them.
Yeah. I'll pull it up.
Okay,
But
The rest of
Be
the
on the
7
lookout.
Arlington fans that show up, they've probably never seen the hat.
So,
So
with that, sometime this month you will, and we'll probably reiterate it also on the podcast, to start the group tickets to Arlington as we normally do every season. We'll still be in our same section.
Yeah.
From what I know, this is just don't
It's
quote me on it.
Shaded.
It is shaded area. And the tickets are about $35 ish. Don't quote me on it, but that's about what it was last season also. But yes, we're gonna start with our getting us all to
Also,
the game.
All that to say, I would
Also,
also I would advise the Arlington Renegades organization to let their fans know, hey, if you sit in this section, just know this is where the Brahmas fans are gonna sit. So you may want to look for a different seat that game, because last year we had quite a few angry Renegades fans that we took over a section, and we had quite
Just a
a
little
few finger salutes thrown our way.
oh yes. Even to us, to me, and to the ladies, the guys did not care.
Yeah.
We're very,
Yeah.
very
So-
bitter about it.
And we're a rowdy bunch. I mean, we're not
We
gonna
fight
hide
back.
it. And the thing is that like, yeah, I mean, I would just say like if you want to go and enjoy the game, cheering for your team, unfortunately being the Renegades, then by all means do it. Just know that if you sit in the section with the Brahmas, uh, we're not responsible for how your feelings are gonna be.
Is
Sorry.
it gonna be in the same spot?
Yeah.
No.
What they was
No.
the
Same spot we
outfield end
always
zone?
are.
The outfield end zone.
Yeah, it'll be behind the end zone in the outfield, however
baseball
their
field, yeah,
prison
yeah.
cell stadium
That-
is laid out.
At the
Lord.
350 foot mark.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I do think we probably should give props to at least
There it
You
is.
know,
There's the beauty thing.
the group of banditos, because they were good, classy fans, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not only did they took their loss with pride, kept their heads held up
Are you
high.
sure? I think they cried a few tears. Marco, I'm sure you
and-
cried a
and-
couple tears.
I think it was the
And that
alcohol
part's okay,
crying.
but
I got video of his face the second he realized he got to put that
Either
hat
he-
on our head.
Either that or he was
What-
asleep. One or the other.
what-
No, that's Sleepy
that's
Bandito.
Sleepy. Yeah, we've got our own Sleepy too, but that's a whole different story. What I was talking about was the fact that they were willing to kind of call out the bad behavior of some, not all of them, but it's because there was a surprising amount more bad behavior than what we expected.
Yeah, I knew it.
But they did call out some of the fans for their saucy behavior. Like, hey, that's not who we are. That's not the fan base we want to be. Like, settle down. It's just a game. So I want to give a shout out to those guys for being classy fans and just good general people. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
we're gonna talk trash, BD and I especially, and we're gonna stir people up and whatever. But at the end of the game, right? If we lose, it's gonna be, hey man, great game. If we win, it's gonna be, hey man, great game, right? And that's kind of the end of it. This is
Yeah.
supposed to be entertaining and enjoyable and fun. And yeah, we get a little saucy and we get a little spicy and whatever,
That's football.
but it's not anything personal. And at the end of the game, like we're not the ones that are down there playing. So don't
Mhm.
Right.
take it to that extent.
Don't come at me.
So, yeah, Arlington, we're warning you in advance that we're coming and we're gonna be saucy and we're gonna be spicy. Be prepared for it. Be classy, right? We're gonna try and be kind of that same way also. But at the end of the game, it's the end of the game. Like that's done. So let's get together. Let's party. Let's have fun. Okay,
Well,
that's
and
my request.
on that note, also just as another reminder, this
Also-
isn't for Renegades
Yeah.
fans. This is just for the league in
Also-
general, like fans of the league in general. Let's try to be a little bit more civil this year. Last year, as the season went on, things got personal on to an extent where a lot of xenophobic and racist remarks were hurled out to people. Let's try to avoid that this year, and let's just enjoy the sport. Let's just enjoy the camaraderie, and yeah, I don't want to have a repeat of that last year because it really puts a black eye on the league as a whole when that stuff gets put out there in public. And it's one thing to talk trash about a team and the skills on the field and the football team and all that stuff. It's another thing to take it personal and start bashing someone for who they are. So, yeah, I just careful with what you guys say, especially in the environment that we live in now. We don't need to just make it worse.
You know, like have fun, talk trash, don't be a douchebag. I mean, bottom line, you know.
Yeah.
I do
The
want to
keys to
answer
life
this
right
real
there.
quick. Mike, I am
Go for
not
it.
doing no charter bus.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
tried to do it last season.
I tried to do it the first
And-
season.
Right.
Not only that, but it's a 2-day event. So I don't plan on trying to figure out a charter bus and places where everyone needs to stay because we're going to be up there Friday for the rally. And then the
Yeah.
game is on Saturday. So it technically be a 2-day thing. I don't know if that'll ever happen. Maybe when we play Houston next season. but this is technically our only Texas
Yeah.
in Texas game that we get to travel to. So everyone's got to fend for themselves this season when
Yeah.
it comes to traveling. When it comes to tickets, I'm your girl. I'll make sure we're all in the same spot together. Bulls on Tour 2025, but you got to find your own ride there because I ain't doing
I
it.
can tell you though, just from experience, to make a charter bus feasible, we would need a minimum of 50 people to purchase a ticket, and it would be that's for one day. That's to go and come back in the same day. So there would be no rally, there would be no staying overnight. Otherwise, you'd have to be paying double for the bus to, or probably even more for the bus to be able to stay there, give the bus driver
Oh, yeah.
a place to stay. But it would be, yeah, a minimum, if we were going to do a 1 day trip to go and come back, a minimum of 50 people. And we would also need to find a place to be able to park all of those vehicles in a spot that is allowing us to park there. Now, last year we were able to work something out with Alamo Beer. They may
Mhm.
not be as willing this year because we kind of reneged on the deal at the last minute, saying, hey, we didn't get enough people. So it's at the discretion of any business that allows us to park there. But at the end of the day, the logistics, we've already tried 2 years in a row. It hasn't worked out. So this third year, I'm sorry, you guys, we learned our lesson.
Mhm.
Fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, or however the phrase goes.
You're right. Shame on you.
So,
Well, shame on me.
Shame on me.
Shame
Yeah.
on
Because you
you.
let it
being
happen
like
again.
fans and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all ain't doing that to me again. Y'all stressed me
So,
out last
yeah,
season.
but yeah,
I wasn't that
if we were to do a charter bus, we would need a minimum of 50 people paid, confirmed, and be able to collect the money to be able to pay the charter bus. And
Yeah, hopefully in the future it'll be something the Brahmas will do for us when they see that we do have enough people going over there.
yeah,
That they would be like, hey, we should probably do this for our fans. Just putting it
But we-
out there, y'all here one day.
But we do kind of need to show up for these road games.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of on our own
Yeah.
before the team's going to take on something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and now
But-
we got the schedule way early, so there should be no reason why you can't plan it out.
Truth. And if 10 of us, or what, give or take 10 of us, can go to Arlington and be as loud as we were 2 years in a row and make it like a home game for the Brahmas, there is no reason and I don't want to say there's no good excuse, but there's no reason why you guys can't show up. So we're challenging, we're asking, heck, we're almost begging. Show up. Let's show the league what this fan base can do, right? We can get
Yeah.
pretty loud and rowdy at home in the Alamo Dome. Let's take it on the road and make this league fear us like they should be.
I
Right.
mean, only 8 of us, and they dubbed us Bulls on Tour. 8 of
Yep.
us that traveled, and it was just 8, and we were allowed for 8.
Memphis
So
8,
they
baby.
knew Bulls on Tour is the reason why, we were just there. But
Mhm.
kind of getting into that too. Let's get into like how you can become a season ticket member. Like this season, they have upped the ante for us with all the cool stuff that they have for us this year. Let's see. So, first off, you get 2 complimentary tickets to home opener.
Mhm.
Invite a first timer. This is your chance to be able to invite somebody that has never seen a game.
Plus, it's Fiesta.
Yeah, it's the Fiesta game. Why wouldn't you want to show up and share that? I got it right here, guys. Season ticket member only entrances each home game. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means we get to welcome our guys in, because that was one experience I really did love when we went to St. Louis, is that we got to see the bus roll through and we got to welcome our guys when they got off the bus. And I'm sure it made them feel really, really great seeing their people there.
They were surprised, to be honest.
They were very surprised, yeah. Season ticket member only lines at select merchandise stands on game days, which is a huge plus, because if
That's
you
new
know,
too.
those lines are long. I
That
usually
is
have to
true.
take it like towards like 3rd or 4th in between and run up there when there's nobody there.
The lines are long all game too, and even after the game,
Yes.
lines are long.
Yes, for sure. So exclusive season ticket member team partner events, which we've already experienced a few of them. One of them being SeaWorld, which was a lot of fun too. So they are doing a lot of just season ticket member events.
Mhm.
Exclusive season ticket member offers and rewards from team partners. And hold on, I got one more little slide here to show you guys that has other benefits.
I know one of them is the season ticket members specific entrance.
Yeah, that's what she just said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the entrance. So opportunities to choose exclusive game day experiences. So this past season, we got an email and we got to choose what kind of experience, whether that was
Autographs.
welcoming them on the field, like
In the
when they
tunnel.
come in the tunnel. They have the autographs after the pre warm up before the game. So they do have several options, which are I've been to every single one of those options that they've given, and all of them are so much fun. Um, Even when these guys are tired after playing a game, they will sit there and
Recruits.
smiles on their face and still sign everything and take pictures with you. So, complimentary 2025 Brahmas Fiesta medal. From what I heard, I haven't seen it, but I heard this one was dope this year.
Yep,
So,
that's word on the street. It's fantastic. So I'm kind
word
of
on
looking
the
forward to seeing
street.
it.
They've had a year to design it, and yeah,
Last
it's
They're
season,
getting better.
last
every
season,
year.
last season's was fire. So
Yeah, it
it's
was.
hard to try to
Now,
beat that.
all things considered, the very first season, the one that they had to create it like that.
Yeah,
So
which
that's why it
wasn't
was
too
basic.
bad.
Last year they had time to create a design. They got it. They killed it.
It was
And
fire.
then this year they've had the entire off season to work on it. And that being the home opener, I'm almost certain they want to hit a home run with it. So
They better.
Priority access at other team events, which is great for us travelers. If that's how I'm reading it, is that I mean I don't know how else to read that. I'm guessing it's other teams when we go into away games. I don't know.
no,
One of you
I
ticket
think
reps.
so. I think if there's a team event that's happening in San Antonio, then season ticket members get priority access if like there's only a
Okay.
certain number of people that are allowed in a specific venue, then they're going to give priority access to season ticket members over the general public. Anything left over, then the general public can probably go, but they'd have to be in the back kind of thing.
Standing room only.
Pretty much.
Let's hope that's what it means. And then lastly, 25% discount on merchandise at uflshop.com, which does help basically with like taxes and a little bit of shipping. Just a tad bit. What you got, Jay?
So, Jackie, all of these things sound really great. I mean, well, I'm a season ticket holder, but I'm playing the part of somebody who might not be a season ticket holder. All these things sound really great. They sound really appealing. But
Uh-huh.
how would I go about taking advantage of these experiences and opportunities and things?
That is
How
a
would I get-
wonderful question, Jay.
Jay's kind
How-
of giving his audition tape for
Yeah,
QVC.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a great question, Jay. I'm so glad you asked. If you've wanted to figure out how you can get those type of tickets and take advantage of all these wonderful benefits, well, I'm always going to say reach out to my guy, James Carr, the second, y'all.
Respect.
James Carr, the second. If not,
Acknowledgement.
we've got some really great ticket reps out there. You can always contact your ticket rep if you are just a single person buying tickets, but reach out to our guy James Carr. He's tagged in so many of our things already because
But there's also Shane. There's
Yeah.
also
There's Shane.
Jose.
Jose,
And I know they got someone new, I think. I just
the new
I
guy.
have not met him yet, so I
No.
don't know his name. I'm sorry.
And they're all great, but I mean, we love James. James is our guy, so
Period. I deal with James. James is the way to go. So I'm always gonna say, y'all hit up James Carr the second, and he gonna hook you up. Not only that, but he did tell me there are still some front row, like AA seats, available in some of the sections. So like if you ever wanted to be in that front row, up against the rail and stuff, he said there are still some. Yeah, most of us are like that. So if you've wanted to even experience it in that type of capacity, I highly recommend it. But he did say there were some still straggling front row seats also. So
Yeah, and
big star.
if you're looking to be able to like interact with the players, our players, J and BD, the front row is honestly the best way to do it, and you actually
No.
are able to build a bond with those players over the course of the season. If they do see you there regularly, they will remember you and they will come up to you and say hi. You know, it's nice to be able to, even after the fact, when I see these guys go to the NFL or when they're in the off seasons doing what they do in the off seasons, still being able to keep up with them. And it's all because we were in the front row. We got to talk to them. We got to know them. And even then, like when they were doing events, they're like, "Hey, I remember you from the game. Yeah, hey, what's up, man?" You know. And I mean, these two got a tattoo from one of our players.
Period.
Jordan Williams right there.
Number 15.
Now, I will counter what you said, Jorge. I would be willing to bet that there are players that remember BD and I for sure.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
but they want to meet you in the
Not on
parking
our
lot.
team.
From the opposing team.
Yeah. But they're the
You know what?
kinds that-
You know what? It's great if you sit on the home side, you can interact with the home team players. That's cool and all. It's a lot more fun to interact with the opposing players. I'm just saying.
Oh,
they
yeah.
might even invite you out to
Oh,
the
yeah.
parking lot for a post-game
Yeah.
chat.
Yep. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? It's happened. It's happened. So
When we winning, I'm sure y'all ain't saying nothing when we losing.
we're talking regardless.
We're still talking.
Regardless,
Yeah.
we were talking.
They do.
Hey, you know what? When we
Before 40
lose,
to nothing, and y'all still talking.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, more
Hey,
power
do
We
you
to
talk
y'all.
trash
Y'all
until the
dedicated.
whistle blows, man.
Yeah. Come on now.
Now,
That is our job.
That's next level fandom right there.
the one thing
Everyone
I,
plays their
Everybody
part.
else in the stadium leaving and going up the steps, leaving out the game because we down 40-0. Y'all still telling it.
You still suck. I don't care if you're kicking our ass. You still suck.
Yep.
Everybody has a part to play.
yeah, I mean, look at the guy with the spinning Cowboys helmet. He's gonna be telling them that they suck. Of course,
That's right.
like you
That's
know, he's
You
not
know what?
ashamed. He is not ashamed.
Hey,
For-
I know.
I don't remember- wait.
I know all about knowing teams that suck. So you know.
Yeah.
The last I checked, their team wasn't in the Super Bowl, so
Oh,
y'all
okay.
need a spinning helmet too.
I mean, all of
We
our
all
teams
do.
suck this year. So
We're
you know.
on the wizard couch this year.
I'm
You know,
saying
but
I-
before we
My-
move on, can I show what I need to show so I could throw up my QR really quick?
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a helmet signed by a person who steals welfare money, but yeah, whatever.
oh, man.
Oh.
That's a low blow.
Allegedly.
I mean, you also have a picture signed by somebody who wasn't on the team, but you know.
Okay, guys. Okay, so a lot of
I
y'all
do.
have been
A
asking.
lot of people ain't gonna know, ain't gonna catch that, but I caught that one.
And catch his hands.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now he caught it. It hit him.
A lot of y'all have been asking, and here you go. I've been working my tail off to get this out to you guys. Guess who has a little merch shop now? We do.
Yep.
I popped it up right here, the little QR code if you want to check it out. What you will find on here. Now, this is not all the merch. This is like a little tidbit of what I've created so far, but it's to get us started. So I do have our podcast t-shirts, both of the Horns Forward podcast and Vamos Bramas, in two different styles because I know we all like it a different way. I've got last year's Bulls on Tour shirt that I created. Is now available. So if you traveled last season and you want the shirt, it's on there.
Blow it all the way up.
This is our Bulls on Tour
Can
t-shirt
you-
in the
can you
back.
blow it all the way up?
All the way, like how do I
Like,
blow
move
it
out,
all the
move
way?
out faces and stuff.
Tell me what to
There you
do.
go.
There you go.
Okay.
So
Bulls on Tour. This is for last year. In the back of it, it doesn't have the option. I need to put the picture on it. But the picture in the back has
European sizes all the way to San Antonio sizes.
for them concha eaters, we got your 5XL. In the back, it's going to have all the games, including the conference and the championship since we went all the way. But I already have our new design for this season. So if you plan on traveling, you have a travel shirt now. Bulls on Tour 2025. It does have just the season games in the back. when we make conference and championship, I'll add those dates and stuff on there as well. But we do have those on there. And I also do plan to make commemorative patches for each season. So you'll see those on there as well with a bunch of other cool little things. I got some chanclas because, I'm the chancla queen. So I had to make sure we had a pair up there. I've got some phone cases, some hats, but there is a lot more merch that I'm going to be adding to it. So if you want to check it out, you want to buy something, hit up that QR code right there.
And it all helps to support the podcast, help
Yeah.
us, because the streaming service is not free. So it does help us pay the bills. There is that bill that needs to be paid.
Now we got bills to pay.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
Jay?
So,
Yep.
but
I was preparing us.
Jay's like, my time has come.
As far as traveling goes this season, I know it's going to be it's not going to be as rampant as it was last season for a lot of us. Obviously, cost and just the cost of living going up in general, it's going to be a little bit harder to travel to all the games. I mean, going to St. Louis twice just to travel there is going to be $1,000 if you were to go to both games just to travel. That doesn't include food, hotel, tickets, all that stuff. But also,
$1,000? You sure about that, bro?
if you fly there, yes, it's $500.
Who
Round
said
trip.
anything about
Wait, for what?
flying, bro?
I'm just saying,
That's a 16-hour drive if
not-
you take your time.
Not everybody wants to drive though.
Wait, to where?
I mean, after I drove with you guys, I'm double thinking it too.
Um,
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, drive
You were
to
mad because
where?
I set land speed records with your husband. Okay, that's
Jorge,
all.
drive to where?
to
St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then I mean, to go to Washington D.C. Keep in mind that's also Easter Sunday. So if you are want to spend Easter with the family, that's something you have to kind of consider there. But that's about $350 to fly there from San Antonio, just based off of last year's prices. I don't know how much it is to
James,
fly into
please.
Birmingham.
Birmingham, they give you money to fly there.
Yeah, I don't even think
They
Birmingham has
should
an
pay
airport.
me to go there.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some logistics and financials that you got to make sure you budget for if you want to travel.
And we've got some longer trips. Like you said, we got DC, we got St. Louis a couple times, we got Michigan, which we didn't go to last year.
Yeah,
that's gonna be probably the furthest travel for us. So,
I will say, as someone who used to work in Detroit and having to fly there, flying from San Antonio can be a little difficult to Detroit, but if you fly out of Austin, that might be another option. Something you may want to look into is also flying out of Austin to Detroit. That tends to be a little bit easier, but yeah, that's just something to consider. Or if you want to take a flight on Spirit and just take your chances and hope for the best, there's also that.
Worst seats ever, stadium bucket seats.
So there are those options, but I know, like me personally, I'm gonna go to the Arlington game, obviously, because it's drivable. But as far as other games, I know St. Louis, I can't make it to personally. I also can't make it to the DC game as much as I would love to, because I missed Easter last year. I don't want to miss it 2 years in a row.
Oh,
And then
do you know what day it lands on?
I know what day it lands on. Yeah, it's also the day of Bob Marley.
Jackie's favorite holiday.
And then there's also I and here's the thing. I was thinking, if I'm gonna go, maybe I will go to Birmingham and go to that game. Problem is, I'm gonna be in Mexico at a wedding that weekend, so I'm hoping I can at least watch the game. So we'll see if that's even gonna be an option.
Well, BD and I are definitely going to be traveling, and we'll be driving, and we've got room in the truck for probably 2 more people, right? So we've already got accommodations squared away. We'll be living on, hot dogs and ramen. Who cares, right? It's a road trip, man. Do it right, live it up. So
We
No,
love
you-
bookies.
No, sir. Look, we got smart because I said, let's bring stuff so we can make sandwiches. And who went and made sandwiches for everybody while we were driving?
The Mexican.
Respect.
You did. Thank
Respect.
you. Thank you.
Me and Havo.
Ham, cheese. No, you guys handed me everything, and I made everything for everybody.
Yeah, when you guys
That's
weren't
the best way to
talking
travel.
the whole entire time. So that's okay though. It made it fun. But guys, the reason why I'm pushing the road trip part is because let's be honest, half of the fun that we had on these road trips was all of us hanging out and being in our element and talking about things outside of football and connecting on a much deeper level. You want to get to know somebody, go on a road trip with them. Seriously.
Mhm.
And I'm grateful for that. I think it brought us even closer together as a podcast and as a family.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, we talk almost in fact, probably every single day. There's a message in our podcast chat that probably has nothing to do with the podcast or
Nope.
anything that's going on in the UFL. Right? We all know each other's kids' names. We know each other's pets' names and spouses' names and birthdays and anniversaries and everything. And literally,
I can
this has
guarantee you, y'all don't know
become
mine.
my family, right? Especially for me, who's got very limited family left. I'm the old
Little homie.
grumpy grandpa here, right?
You said it. So
But no, it's true. It's true. But I mean, you guys have become my family, and it's because of all the time we spent together, all the road trips, all the everything that we've done, going out of town, walking up those stupid exorcist stairs, and
Oh
you know,
Lord.
seeing the huge pile of human feces in the Francis Scott Keys Park, and
I thought
the
you were
bus
talking
we
about
stopped
the
in.
chicken coop again.
Oh,
That's
I'm not
it.
even going to get
I
started
know y'all
on
not.
that.
I know y'all
Right?
not talking about my city.
Oh
Oh,
look,
yeah.
I got
Yeah,
it
yeah.
on video, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
Go-
no,
I
hey.
know y'all not. I know
I
y'all not
love
talking about my
DC.
city.
I love DC, DJ. Dangerous city, but it's a fun city. Now,
here,
as far as getting
Tiny and
tacos in
Cletus.
Detroit, there's actually an area of Detroit called literally it's called Little Mexico. The tacos there are pretty good.
Like little
I've been
China,
there.
little
Like I said, I
Italy.
used to work in Detroit, so I'm familiar with the area. Now the tire shop tacos in Arkansas, I would not recommend them. So if you see a tire
100%.
shop selling tacos, don't.
It was 100% worth it for the experience. Yeah, maybe there was some indigestion and maybe some squatty potty issues and stuff,
Okay,
but it was
some is
100% worth it
diarrhea.
for the. It was 100% worth it for the experience,
You
and that
having
was
a
the
whole
birth of
Pepto
Tiny and
commercial.
Cletus.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's why we
it-
kept BD in
I
the
know
car with
the
us, and we
Harvard
didn't get Jorge.
indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
yep.
That was all Jorge
So
when he went to tire shop tacos.
Mhm.
It probably
I'm
was
telling
some,
you,
I was
man.
curious.
it probably was some rubber
Yeah.
in the taco too.
Oh, I'm sure there was. I don't even think it was actual like normal consumption type meat. It was probably like possum or some kind of
Oh,
roadkill
yeah.
or something.
Whatever was on the tires that came in.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It was brutal. But those are lifetime memories that we made.
Mhm.
And so I encourage you guys, if you have the ability, and maybe finances are a little bit tight, but you want to go do this, grab your friends, pile into the vehicle, take a road trip. It is so worth it,
It is
right?
worth it. It is
Yeah.
worth it if you're able to.
Captain, I know Captain Brahma and a couple of other people. They had their own little experience when they did their road trip, something about a canoe or something like that.
Yeah.
And Jesse was probably the tenderest raccoon meat they could find there in Arkansas, but it was still probably raccoon meat.
Low and slow.
But yep. That being the case, I know we wanted to talk about some of the signings and stuff that we got this kind of on the roster right now. I think if it's all right with you guys, maybe we can put that on the back burner for next week. It'll give us a chance to kind of do some research on some of the newer names to the squad,
Yeah.
such as Kellen Mond,
Well,
some of these other guys.
I think it also
Um,
just gives us a chance to make sure that the rosters are a little bit more put together
Yeah.
because
Well,
I mean there's still Super Bowl that we got to get through, which is this weekend, and after that it's
Mhm.
open season.
There's probably
Yeah,
another
training
complimentary draft coming too.
Yeah.
After the
Yeah,
cuts and
and
stuff.
there's cuts, but I think there's still I don't know that our roster is 100% full yet. I don't think
I think
we
we're like
have-
too short.
Yeah. So we could still be potentially picking up some people from, Super Bowl contending teams that were maybe, third stringers or something like that.
Or
So things could still get mixed up, right? But I'd like to do some research on some of these guys that we don't recognize. So we don't spend, the entire hour talking about, the 15 guys that we do, right? We definitely want to talk about those guys, but let's give a little bit of love to potentially the new recruits, right? The rookies coming in this year. But with that, I think if it's all right with you guys, kind of close down the show with a hint towards something.
You got cheese,
Ooh.
man?
I've got some tea. All I'm really allowed to say at this point is that there is a big announcement coming about something that we've been talking about and something we've been asking for. And I'm not going to say, I'm just going to say,
Ooh, I know what that
okay? So,
maybe a certain
no,
hashtag. No,
it's not that. It's
No?
not that. That's
Shut
something
up,
else.
BD.
is it the
Oh.
return of Thick Six? Because I miss him.
is.
No.
It's not that good.
It's not that good.
Wonderful. That would be wonderful. But he's decided to retire and move on with his professional career and do something else with life. And we miss him severely. There's nothing like a big man scoring a touchdown. John Madden absolutely loved it, and there was a reason why. But that specific ship has sailed. Maybe the new recruit can get some love. Maybe he can score.
Well, I mean,
And
his replacement, Sam Tecklenburg, was the person who was our center while he was injured last year. So he did a good job.
Yeah.
The center that
Yeah.
we have, he played last year. He did a good job. And
I mean,
He
the
just-
thick
he
six can
didn't-
be passed down from line to line.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It could be, right? Maybe we'll get another thick six. But in the meantime, be on the lookout. I'm sorry. That's funny. That is funny.
I miss
With
him.
that teary, dreamy eye in his look.
And he's my boy. Alex was my boy, man.
Jorge, you miss a lot of men, man.
I do.
Romo.
You know who else I
But-
miss?
Hey, you got that Patriots jersey yet?
Look, the ones that I'm really gonna miss also are the Scott brothers. I know Mike didn't play last year,
Yeah.
but Delonte, he
Yeah,
told me
destroying you,
he's not coming back.
Well, he's on the
Um,
roster.
Yeah,
He plans to play.
Well, yeah,
We'll-
just not on
we'll see
our
what
roster.
Who?
Oh, we're talking about the comment,
Delonte.
not
No, we're
Delonte.
talking
We're
about
talking
the
about
comment.
destroying.
Oh,
About destroying.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Delonte went to Houston, right?
Unfortunately,
I'm just glad he
That could
got
be
the call
problematic.
for
Yeah,
a
it could be.
team, and I
think
told
it would be.
him, I said, you know what, no matter what, you and your brother will always be welcome in San Antonio. I told
I
him.
bet you, I can bet you $5 if we start the Olay chant, he'll join in still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still give him my sombrero so they can both dance. They both dance with it. I'm like, y'all come on over.
Yeah, after the game when they got the Houston stuff.
After
off,
we win, if you can
Yeah.
get him to do it, cool. If for
In his
some
uniform.
unforeseen reason they win, you better not give him the sombrero.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Because we love him to death, but come game time, we're loyal to this. So that's all I'm gonna say. But
What's
again,
the surprise?
big announcement coming
Not
in the
all
near
say.
future. Keep your eyes peeled.
Just a
That's
teaser.
about all I can really say about it. But it's a big announcement, something that we've been kicking around and we're excited about. But that's all I can say. Wink, wink, nod, nod. The people involved know what I'm talking about. So that's all I can say. But just keep
Well,
your
And
eyes
if you
peeled.
don't know, you're not involved.
My
Yeah,
more news
I
coming
guess
soon.
I'm not involved, but my guess is that the entrance, the song is gonna be La Chona. So get ready to take your shirts off, gentlemen. Because
Oh.
yeah.
That's not Coach's song, though. Unfortunately, the Coach's song is one that you've nixed, bro.
Oh no, I can't. Oh, that's
Anyways, we're at the. Anybody got anything else before we peace out of here?
I missed
Bills to pay? Anything? No? Damn
We
it.
already
No
did that.
bills to pay.
We are, yeah. Scan the QR code right there and help
Pay
us
our
pay our
bills.
bills.
Yeah.
Over there.
No, but we'll end it off with like we always do. Thank you to AFN. If you don't know them, like and follow them. Our other brother podcast, sister
Texas Talking
station,
Football.
Talking Football, is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night,
Uh,
8/7 Central. No, 9 8
8
Central.
Central.
There you go.
And
I had
Which
the
funny
math.
thing, I just completely random. We were talking on the Me Panther Pride podcast. I totally screwed up the time zone thing when I was talking about football. I realized that after the show. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, because they're an
not
hour
assigning
ahead.
up
They're
more
Eastern.
podcasts outside of us.
and
Yep.
at least for my final words for tonight, I am looking forward to, as soon as I log off, I'm gonna go play NCAA 25 and put up about 450 points on the Renegades. So
Lord.
looking forward to that.
Maybe see if you can find the Panthers team.
You know what? You guys are gonna have to help me with that because I've been looking since I bought the game in August, and I still can't find them. So y'all gonna have to help me with that.
Dude, I haven't fired that game up in like 3 months, but I'm gonna fire it up and I'm gonna find it in like 5 minutes and send it to you.
Please,
Yep.
tell me
Yep.
what you searched for.
All right, homies.
Michigan Panthers.
Season 3
It'll come out.
kickoff. Thank you guys for joining us. Catch us next Monday, same time, same place.
Catch us
y'all.
outside. How about that?
Forward. Catch us outside.
Catch
How
us
about that?
outside. How about that?
Yeah.